This podcast is produced by the Harwood Productions Podcast Network. To learn more about the network and to find more of our shows, visit us online at www.harwoodpodcast.com.
Coming up on Game On, we review Assassin's Creed, in my opinion, one of the best video games of all time.
It's okay.
What? Hey there everyone, and welcome to another episode of Game On. I'm Cameron Harris.
And I'm Sean O'Brien.
And today we are doing kind of a joint review, because we're both very familiar with this game, Assassin's Creed.
Great game. I have it for 360. Cam has it for PS3. It's phenomenal.
It is. And we should point out, it's actually on multiple platforms. You're on the PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360. They also have a version for the PC. So rated M for mature. Quite appropriately, I think. I mean,
Generally, assassinating people and blood squirting up is, relatively mature.
you can't really apply a genre to it. It's way deeper than that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of really a whole new concept. I don't know a ton of other games that are a lot like it.
Yeah. So let's take a look.
Sounds great.
So here we are in Assassin's Creed. Now, if you have heard of Assassin's Creed, you might think, wait, why does this look like a modern day skyscraper?
Right, kind of a sci-fi futuristic thing.
Yeah. In reality, you're playing this guy right here, Desmond Miles, in the modern day. And basically, you've been kidnapped by this corporation called Abstergo. And what they're doing is they stick you in this thing, the Animus.
The Animus basically allows you to go back and replay your ancestors' memories. Because the theory is that your ancestors' memories are stored in their DNA, therefore passed on to you. So when you're in this machine, you could go back and play your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather's days way back when. It's interesting how you're really a modern day person and you're in a machine playing previous day, a few hundred years back.
Exactly. And the reason Abstergo wants you to do this is because they're after information that is stored in this one memory that you're in. But some memories, it's kind of weird because you yourself, or Desmond, has to synchronize with that memory.
Right. You kind of have to assimilate yourself to your ancestors. So you can't just jump in at what you need. You kind of have to relive his events up to a certain point, kind of work your way up to it.
You're playing Altair, who is one of Desmond's ancestors from way back when, during the Crusades in the Holy Land. And that's where the real gameplay takes place. That's where you're reliving his memories as an assassin. Now here's the key thing. You think assassin, you think bad guy. Not the case. In this case, the assassins are actually a group of people who are the good guys fighting against the Templar Knights.
Who are the bad guys.
Exactly. So here we are in Assassin's Creed. This is one of Altair's missions. I mean, right off the bat, graphics, pretty impressive.
Definitely. I mean, just the amount of detail, and there's smoke coming out of the chimneys. As far you can see way into the city. It's pretty incredible. There's like 4 different cities, so including your own home city.
Yeah, and they'll have their own look. I'm actually going to go ahead and head up to that tower so you can kind of see how impressive this game really is. Now, while I'm getting up there, why don't you start talking about the controls a little bit?
So basically, for the controls, it takes a little bit of getting used to. Basically, you have 2 modes, low and high profile. In low profile, you blend in with kind of the rest of the people. You're really unnoticeable. The guards won't become alerted, but you don't have moves like running up the wall or sprinting or things like that. It's pretty inconspicuous things. However, high profile is where you have all of your action moves. So climbing, running up walls, shoving, attacking, jumping, things like that would generally attract attention and you might not want to use if the guards are, especially looking at you and you want to be stealthy.
Because you do want to stay undetected. Because if the guards detect you, they'll start chasing you and they won't stop until you basically break the line of sight and hide from them. And you can see, we mentioned the high-low profile thing. In the case of the PS3, it's the R1 button right here. If you hold down R1, like right now, I'm in low profile. But then if I hold down the high profile button, I start running.
Right. which is slightly more suspicious. If you run by somebody with a jug or something, they'll drop it, or a box. Like if you run by them right there, they'll drop their jugs, and the guards will become alerted.
And so that's when you're on the ground. When you're up on the rooftops, there's just the occasional guard on the rooftops, so you're free to be in more high profile, which you need to be to like climb and jump and things like that. This right up here is your synchronization bar. It's basically like your health bar.
Yeah.
You start out with just a few of these bars every time you get attacked, or if you do something that goes against the Assassin's Creed.
Right.
Like harming a civilian or something like that, you lose health. You regain it over time then. Basically, to assassinate your main target, which is usually like the leader of a city or something like that, you have to find out more about your target.
Right.
So you need to know where they are, what they're doing, what time is the best time to go after them. And so then you have these investigations, they're called. So these blinking things here are all investigations that you can do, little mini missions that when you complete, you'll get more information about the subject.
Got it. Aside from jumping all over roofs and tumbling and assassinating people.
Which is very fun.
Right. You kind of have this other super, I don't want to say superhuman, but special ability. And that's Eagle Vision, which is something that all assassins have. And Eagle Vision, basically you kind of narrow in on, you're able to see if somebody's an enemy, if they're your target, or if they're just a civilian.
So like for example down here, just these white blobs, civilian.
If it's your target, then it will be glowing yellow. And if it's, for instance, a guard.
See, there's a guard right there.
Yeah, they're red. So that can be helpful if you know it's one guard you have to assassinate and a group of other guards and you don't know who it is. Use your Eagle Vision and you'll be able to see it. The combat in this game I really like.
So you have your sword. You also have a short knife kind of thing, which is like a sword but a little bit quicker, a little bit less damage.
Right.
Then you also you use the arrow keys to swap between them. So like you also have your fists. Sword is right there. Short knife. Those are also double as throwing knives, which can be used from a distance. So those are really good too. But my personal favorite is the hidden blade, which is like a little blade that you have up your sleeve. And that's how you can assassinate people. So like for example, there's a guard down there. And if I just go over here and then just go,
oh, he blocked you.
He blocked me. Okay, so you can't use it in normal combat. They can't know who you are.
Right.
But here's, for example, the
So you
sword.
pull out your sword. There you go.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, pretty quick. And one of the things with the combat is they will block you. If you just run at somebody and try to assassinate them, not all the time you'll be able to. Sometimes guards will be able to block you.
Yeah. All right, so here's a good example of a mission. In there is someone I need to pickpocket. Of course, we've got these guards right here. So I could just start fighting them, but I could also just find a way around. You have different ways. The storyline is linear in that it's like, okay, you have to complete this task. But how you complete it, you got several different versions.
Right, entirely up to you. And some tasks can be completed while you're notorious, while guards are fully alerted of you, or some tasks have to be completed completely anonymous.
Yeah. So here, for example, just dropping down in here, and I'm past the guards, no one knows who I am. So you can see he's like that really bright aura. That means that he's my target. He's got that pouch on it. He's looking a little bit shifty. It's like, where am I? I can just lock onto him. And of course, he'll turn around. And then it's just a matter of... Got it.
Yep. So
Now
you
you
walk
can
up
see
and grab it.
a forgotten structure can pose as a potential entrance. Whatever that means. I wasn't listening to their cutscene. But so now I have that information, another step closer to the final target. So in general, I would say, awesome game.
Oh yeah, definitely a ton of fun. Hours and hours I spent playing this game. It's very awesome.
It is. It really doesn't get old. And we should also point out, nice one.
Thank you.
There is a second one, Assassin's Creed 2. You might be tempted because Assassin's Creed 2 is even better. We're going to review that in the future as well. But Assassin's Creed 2 is really good. Do not jump straight to it.
No, you have to play the first one.
You do, just for the sake of the story.
I mean, everything with Desmond and the Animus and all the other characters, Lucy and the Professor and everything, you have to know that before going into Assassin's Creed 2.
Exactly.
In the intro, I said it wasn't that great. I love this game.
Yeah, no. So until next time, be sure to visit our website, www.harwoodpodcast.com. We'll have the show notes for this episode, as well as all of our past episodes, and a link to where you can buy Assassin's Creed for whatever platform you want, Xbox, PlayStation 3, PC, whatever you like. And if you have any questions or comments for us about the show, my email is cameron@harwoodpodcast.com. We'd also love to hear your suggestions of what video games we should review in the future, too, if you have a personal favorite. But until next time,
Game on.
game on.